Still talking crime news with more than 100 murders recorded for the year, the Royal Bahamas Police Force is calling on the community to step up its efforts to help stop the scourge on crime. Senior Assistant Commissioner of Police Stephen Dean also spoke to us on the prevalence of guns on our streets as he urged criminals to take a back seat on the crime issue.
What is very significant, shortly after 1, the police had reasons to go to Apache Alley. The operation team, the selective team, were on patrol. When they went into that area, they were able to arrest a prolific offender. That's what we continue to talk about. A man who's on bail for murder, who's being electrically monitored. He was found with a loaded handgun. Thank God that the police were able to apprehend him. Then police were able to go to a nightclub in the East Street area where we were able to retrieve a handgun. We are questioning the owner of the nightclub. So we continue to ask members of the public that if you know people who have firearms, who are in possession of these firearms are deadly. Firearms are deadly. We want you to turn it over to the police.
Having seized over 200 guns and more than 2,000 rounds of ammunition, police officials believe they're making significant inroads in the drug trafficking trade. The statistics represent totals for the year so far. Senior Assistant Commissioner of Police Stephen Dean, in an interview with ZNS News, said guns and drugs are the biggest contributor to the violence witnessed on our streets.
Those rounds of ammunition speaks to about 7,000 lives that could have been killed. But we can only contribute this to members of the public who continue to give us information on illegal firearms. We put the plea out once again to members of the public. We need your assistance.
It's a constant appeal that police continue to make to the community. Despite their best efforts, however, ACP Dean says gun smugglers are becoming more crafty in the way they attempt to import guns into the country.
The police are on top of their game. We realize that being abreast is not good enough. We have to be a move ahead. That's why we constantly give our officers training, best practices. We train with the best in the world, and our officers are constantly being updated on the latest trends because the criminal element every day they're looking at creative ways to continue to in these illegal trades. Because firearms and drugs, they are big money. And people will continue to pursue those efforts.
And as serious crime numbers have increased in recent times, Dean said the police force has beefed up its efforts, yielding in a number of arrests.
We can tell you that police are aggressively on the streets as we continue to tell the Bahamian public. Our officers are out in full force, and in the coming days, every day, people should see an increasingly number of police with senior command on the streets as promised by our minister and the acting commissioner. I can tell you that we are seeing some positive results so far.
Senior Assistant Commissioner of Police stressed that crime is not a challenge that can be solved overnight, and he once again called on the wider community to be more actively involved in the fight against crime.